Right, initiation schools will be allowed to operate from December this year. The schools were barred from operating due to COVID-19. The traditional practice is usually held in winter and not in summer. We are joined now by Contralesa President Joseph Mokoena. Tata Mokoena, thank you very much for your time. These ceremonies are usually, they usually take place in winter. Why not wait until the following year to start the season afresh instead of forcing the initiation schools to resume now?
Thanks very much, Madam, for having me. Maybe one minor correction. We are not forcing it. This is what we have been doing all these years. There are provinces that are doing initiation practice twice per year, that is in winter and even in summer. Among other provinces is the Eastern Cape and the Free State. So because those parents and the leadership in those provinces respected our call as Contralesa when we said there will be no initiation schools during winter because we're still under alert level 5. They honored and respected that call. So now there are boys who are desperate. If we don't allow them now to go through this rite of passage, the possibility is there that we're going to have many illegal schools. And when you have those many illegal schools, you might not even know their location. And it would be impossible for us to monitor and to make sure that there are no challenges in those schools. Hence, we allow the schools to continue now, Madam.
So COVID-19 is still very life-threatening, Tata Mokoena, and it's still very much with us. What will Contralesa do to make sure that these young men who participate at initiation schools are protected?
A very good question, Madam. As a parent and as a leader, I have to be concerned as well, and I respect the question that you're asking. What we have done, we have demanded from us as members of Contralesa, provinces, regions, and branches. We even agreed with the National House that any traditional leader who will be giving permit to anyone to run the school, let's make sure that the traditional councillors, our members of the branch, are regularly visiting the school to check if there are challenges there. So that if there are challenges, jointly, we immediately zoom in and invite relevant stakeholders, i.e. the Department of Health or COGTA, to come in to assist because we have declared that we don't want any carnage this year. And hopefully, if there is cooperation from all of us, we might avoid exactly your claim that you're asking, Madam. But a very good question indeed.
But how sure is Contralesa that you'll be able to actually make sure that these young boys or, who are becoming men are protected? You haven't been able to curb the issue of these illegal schools that are mushrooming and young boys dying. How will you also make sure that the COVID-19 is not spread at these schools?
Madam, the buzzword that has been dangled by our government now is the new normal. The new normal will also apply to us, traditional leadership, to us, Contralesa, and everybody else. What we're going to do now, we're not going to do initiation schools as we used to do normally. We're going to make sure that there are strict conditions that will be given to any person who will be given a permit to run that school. By so doing, we're trying also to indicate to people to say, let all of us adhere to all protocols that were put by government, i.e. COVID-19 regulations. And that's what we're going to do. And we have demanded from all our parents to say, don't send your child to a school that is not registered. Make sure that when you take your child to that school, demand from the principal of the school as to whether that is he having a permit. If there's no permit, don't risk your child and put him there. Because the Department of Health, ourselves, Contralesa members, and everybody else, we might not be able to know that school or visit it. And we want to assure you, Madam, that we'll try our best to make sure that not even minimize, just make sure that there are no carnages this year.
All right, so but is this more about money, or is it about culture, or is it about both? Because sectors, of course, were closed, including yours. So was this about money for the people who run initiation schools, culture, or maybe both?
Indeed, this question I know you are asking me because it has been said by many people, but not yourself as a person. Those who are saying that those who are thinking on that line, it's an insult to us as traditional leaders. It's an insult to us black people to say when we do our culture, want money. We've been doing this culture for ages ago, and unless if there are people who want to turn the school as a money-making machine, those ones we condemn with the strongest terms. But there is no way in which you can associate initiation and money. Those two don't mix. Of course, there might be those who might take a chance and want to use the school to make money. At our initiation schools, we disregard money. It's just to make sure that our boys are put through those rituals so that when they come back, they are better people. That's what we're doing. The waste of money doesn't come into play. But if there are people who are going to do that, really we're going to strongly condemn them in whatever way that we can use, because we don't want people to lambast our practice, which is very noble, because of people who are careless and using our money as ATMs, using our schools as ATMs.
Thank you very much. That was Kgosi Mothupa Mokoena, President of Controlesa.